Are there examples of this being done elsewhere in the world? What is it? What's it based on?
Look, there are many examples of this being done elsewhere in the world, and we've taken a lot of inspiration from people doing it elsewhere. And in fact, we have developed a structure for Patron Companies off what's been done elsewhere. And when I was operating a global public market fund, I saw a lot of these companies that were in the US and in Europe, and interestingly enough, in Sweden, where there is a real the spiritual home of serial acquirers. And so we have seen companies like Lifco that have delivered 300 times their investors' capital over the last 25 years. We've seen companies like Indutrade that have done 500 times their investors' capital over 30 or 40 years. And we've seen companies like Roko, which was only established 6 years ago and has already delivered close to 10 times their investors' capital in doing exactly what we're setting out to do with Patron. So the path has been very well trodden before us. We've had the good fortune to speak to many of those companies in person. We've been to Sweden. We've spoken to many of those companies and the founders and CEOs of those businesses. And the model works. And so we're really trying to recreate that in Australia. And we're really, I think, amongst the first movers in the Australian market, which is really appealing. And so we're very excited about the opportunity that's there ahead of us. And I've mentioned 3 companies there, but there are many, many more who are following operating and capital allocation models exactly like we are doing at Patron Companies that have delivered these enormous compounding returns to investors over decades. So again, everything we do, we think about with a very long time frame, because the most powerful force in the investing world is compounding. And we think we've set that up the right way at Patron Companies to allow us to get going on that journey. And as I say, there aren't many people doing it. So we can be amongst the first movers, and that's a wonderful place for us to be.